let's talk a little Star Wars Visions before we get out of here. I've watched 3 episodes. Davis has watched 3 episodes. I found out just before we came on the air here that Davis, you did not watch them in order.
We talked about this.
You said you
don't have to watch it. You say you don't have to watch them in order because you can pick.
Who does that?
Somebody that wanted to enjoy it and got off the carousel.
Fair enough.
I saw the animation of the ones I wanted to watch.
Yeah.
And I went with them.
Well, I'm jealous. Well, let's talk about. So, did you watch The Duel?
I did. That was the first one I watched. Yeah.
Yes, which is fittingly the first episode in the run of Star Wars Visions, and I thought that this was an awesome way to start out this series. The samurai sort of Kurosawa styled animation and everything like that, right down to the droid having the straw hat. Which right. I don't know why it worked, but it did. And I really enjoyed it. I thought this was awesome. Like, wow, what a cool, like, obviously, I mean, right off, it's all fan fiction, but it's cool that they convinced Disney to produce their fan fiction into anime. I really liked The Duel though. What did you think?
It was a great way to start this show and just reinvigorated a Star Wars for me a little bit. Like when I was watching this, like this is why I like Star Wars, because there's so many options to go in the universe of what it could be, and good writing in this realm can be incredible, and that's what we got here, and it's really good, and I love the animations. Kind of a little almost like unfinished art here and there, almost looks like, but it's not. It's just how it is, and it's just. I love the story in this, saving the village of after they thought they saved themselves, and then the Dark Lord comes out and just kind of wrecks shop, which was a lot of fun. I thought how the Dark Lord was disposed of was a little cheap and kind of
I had no problem with that. I thought that was cool.
I thought it would be more of like an actual pretty long fight that ends in a couple sweet moves and takes her out, but it was kind of more of a trick, which maybe fits the character a little bit more since he's not an actual Jedi.
I thought that the one thing I about the Sith Lord or whatever, I didn't really like that contraption that was like spinning the lightsabers around and stuff like that. I think I don't know who got in their head that that's cool, or what I think Star Wars fans want to see is just like more lightsabers, just flippity flopping them around. It's like, no, like give us an actual duel, which when they actually were doing that was way better than just the spinning them around and everything like that.
And they got rid of it pretty quick. After the first edition.
But it was stupid. So, I think one of my favorite moments is when he stops the lightsaber blade in between his hands. Freaking awesome.
And the realization from the Dark Lord, that was great.
Yeah, that was really cool.
The being on the log in the water, has been done with some stuff before, but as Jedi, I think it works pretty well.
I think it's kind of a cool cycle because, obviously, samurai culture inspired George Lucas in developing sort of like the Jedi, mythos and everything like that into Star Wars. So it's kind of a cool full circle thing to come back around and do it in this style. Again, fan fiction, but fun for what it was, and a great way to start off this Star Wars Visions series. I just really enjoyed it. I would watch more of that character. Like I would let's explore this guy, like a wandering force user. Yeah, exactly. And so that was really cool. Big time ups on The Duel. I then kept going
in order.
I kept going in order, and I felt like I was the one falling off that waterfall because Tatooine Rhapsody was awful. The animation I did not like whatsoever. It's all about this band and a relative of the Hutt, and they got like a little just the animation that made Boba Fett look so terribly. Did you watch any of this?
No, I went 1, 5, 7, and 8.
Wow.
So I can tell you which ones are going to be good.
Thank you. Yeah, well, skip Tatooine Rhapsody 100%.
I'm going to watch all of these because I do I just love that we get new characters, we get new stories in Star Wars, and that's that's what's been kind of just kicking us. I think is just they're just kind of overdoing it with some of this
The,
stuff, and they're trying to connect everything. It's like I don't need that. I
spoiler
like the
alert.
mythos. Oh God.
Spoiler alert. Tatooine Rhapsody. They have a concert to stave off execution. It's really bad. It's not good. Don't like
Okay.
it.
Okay.
Don't like it.
So
And
maybe I will skip that one.
The twins, which I was excited for. The animation was okay.
That was when I was on the edge on, because I remember seeing that in the trailer, but I remember that was like the one where one of them was like floating in space, like like Leia. So I was, I think I skipped that one for that reason.
Yeah, well, it's funny that you bring that up because that's my biggest sort of contention with the twins is because the vast majority of the episode they're fighting out in the middle of space, like just full fit, like no concern for that. I'm just like, all right, well, this is crap.
Well, now I'm a little taken out of it. Okay.
Yeah, I do not recommend the twins, but the duel was great. What about the ones that you?
one for three, three. Good.
What
Good.
about the ones that you watched?
I will say I'm glad I went with how I decided to pick which ones I wanted to watch here, because pretty much I went 3 for 4 on what I
Nice.
enjoyed. So number 5, The Ninth Jedi. Really cool story about these. And I won't spoil anything, but about these Jedi coming together because they were called because this leader is trying to get the Jedi Order back and going because the Sith have kind of started taking over a little bit.
Nice.
And there's a girl that is bringing newly made lightsabers to all of them.
What's the animation like in it?
It's hard to compare because I'm not an anime guy, so I couldn't quite tell you on that one. But it was definitely one more I enjoyed because it did feel more adult-like to watch, not like some of these other ones that definitely have that childlike feel to it. So I will say that was one that I really enjoyed, and then the one I probably enjoyed the second most outside of the Duel was number 7, The Elder, and that has a darker feel to it. It's a Jedi and his Padawan that feel a dark disturbance in the Force. They stop on this planet, and supposing there's this just dark presence of this older man there, and I don't want to give too much away, but it was just done. The old elderly Sith character is pretty badass.
Nice.
The younger Padawan is quite annoying, but outside of that, the characters are pretty good. So good animation too on that one. So, and then I just kind of went into number 8 because I was 2 for 2 at that point. I was like, oh, I'll just let this roll. We'll see what happens. And we're doing so well. And so Lop and Ocho, I don't think it's as bad as I started to think it was going to be, because if you remember from the trailer, there's the character, it looks like a bunny jumping around, the girl bunny, and that it's probably the first 5 minutes where it's feeling very, this is the type of anime I really don't like. And then as it goes older, it goes 7 years later. It's this, these 2 girls growing up that are adopted by like this clan leader, and and then 7 years later, they're kind of trained and all this stuff, and the Empire is kind of taken over, and one of the daughters thinks it's a good thing, one of them thinks it's a bad thing, and their father is against the Empire, like kind of taking over because it's bad for the planet. So it's an interesting story between all 3 of those characters later on, and it's not as I guess for the younger generation as much as I thought it was going to be moving on.
Mm-hmm.
So it was okay. So I'll give it a half decent.
I'm most excited to watch The Elder.
Yeah, I was. When we watched the trailer, I mean, it was the Duel and The Elder that got us going.
Yeah,
and for good reason. They're very good. So definitely watch that.
All right.
But
Excellent.
we like stuff, you know.
Yeah. Hey, the Duel, man. The Duel. The other stuff, not so much.
I think you definitely will like the Ninth Jedi, number 5. I definitely watched that one. And I'm gonna watch.
I'm gonna watch them all.
Yeah, and now that I'm kind of talking with you about it, I'm kind of wishing I watched them in order because
you ass.
I didn't waste all the good ones in the beginning, and I'd be reinvigorated throughout it. But I think I might have screwed myself on this run.
Yeah, come on, dude. I might watch the Duel again though.
Yeah,
just to feel better about things. But yeah, we'll finish watching the rest of Star Wars Visions, and we'll dive a little bit more in detail. But yeah,
let's rank them.
Yeah, we'll come with some rankings. You know.
Yeah.
And
number 1.
We'll do that. That is going to do it for this edition of the Best Damn Nerd Show. However, have a great week, everyone. Remember, if you're a nerd, always say it loud and say it proud.